We just got off the train ride from Aktau.
I don't think there's air conditioning on this train.
It's time to get the fuck off this bus. All aboard! Let's go!
We're happy and excited. It's time to leave Kazakhstan and head to Uzbekistan. And the best way is by taking this train. I should have known when we saw this sign that something hellish was coming. Because who in their right mind would go under a train like that with a baby carrier, no less?
This is crazy.
There are a lot of people here. It is basically a mad rush to get on this train. There are many different types of trains in Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan, and this is one where we will be sharing it with 2 other people. We chose the top bunk because top bunk is usually more comfortable. The bottom bunk is used as a seat during the day, and even though this is a sleeper train, I didn't want to risk it. Now I've blocked out their faces below, but there are children below us, which I think is a bit of a bummer, because we know children can be loud. There's AC on this train, there are plugs on this train. Essentially, it's a very nice train. This is what they provide.
2 pillows, look at that. Oh, maybe one's for them. So it's pretty hot on this train. There is supposed to be AC, so I'm hoping that the AC is gonna work. This is the first moment where I'm like, oh, maybe we fucked up. Because like I said, kids are loud. But as we left the station, we had no choice. So it's time to make our beds. I know they organized the berths based on gender, so I was thinking they probably wouldn't put a man with babies, basically. Oh well, they do provide a really cute amenities kit, and it comes with toothbrush, comb, shoehorn, and some wipes. They also give a coffee cup with some instant coffee in there, which I think is a really lovely touch. I took a break from making my bed before because it is really hot and the AC hasn't really accommodated yet, but this is supposed to be an AC train. Okay, we are doing everything we can, putting our feet and hands up towards the air conditioning because we can feel it coming out, but it just isn't really working yet. Luckily, we got some snacks at the store beforehand, and this was actually so cute. The little girl below kept giving us chips. She's trying to give you one. No, I have to take grab it.
But as we know, children don't really wash their hands and they lick their fingers. So Dilara was doing all she could not to accept the chip. But she was caught and she had to, and it was still a very sweet gesture. Every time I go on a train ride, people ask me about the bathroom. So here's the bathroom. Right now it's extremely clean. There's also hot water right here that you can use for anything. And there's even almost like a kitchen setup. So there's a fridge. I think this is for the people that actually work on the train though. And there is a microwave, so you could use that if you really want to. But I'm just kind of looking around and exploring, and I feel a little bit sneaky doing this for some reason.
How is that?
I can't actually believe this, but I just fell on this kid while I was trying to get up. I was getting up and he went directly under me and I fell onto him. Obviously he's okay, but this should foreshadow what is going to happen on this trip. Well, I guess I'm not getting any sleep tonight. This literally lasted for the entirety of the entire trip. If you can see, the door is open there and it is 11 o'clock at night. So we should all be sleeping, and they keep opening the door and slamming it and screaming at the top of their lungs while the mother is doing absolutely nothing. So we're just stuck pretty much up for the duration of this trip. Note to self, buy the entire cabin next time because now it is almost 3 a.m. We need to get off of this train and we slept for like an hour. Oh, and the air conditioning pretty much did not work the entire time. Oh, but look, now he's soundly sleeping down there. Good for him. Now, I truly thought that this train trip was bad, but there is so much more coming up in the next few hours. And right now, we actually don't even have a train booked. So we're getting off aimlessly in Beynu, Kazakhstan. Thank you to this helpful gentleman right here. And now we gotta get on our phones and buy a train ticket. So as I jump off, say my thank yous, now I'm booking the ticket. In the middle of nowhere, no idea where we're at. Okay, let me recap it for you.
We just got off the train ride from Aktau. Once the train quieted down, it was so nice, so quiet, but until then it was rough. We literally had our headphones on and we were like, be quiet, be quiet. That's crazy. Now it's 3 a.m. and we are in Beynu. We gotta go jump on another train to Nukus. Uzbekistan. Let's go. I think we're just waiting for the train to go. Well, you can ask the guy. Yeah, ask.
Okay, I'm understanding why they had that sign telling people not to go under the train now. This all makes so much more sense.
Train's passing, so hopefully that means we can finally get to the other side and get to our train.
dun dun. Immediately, there are police officers here because we are going to be crossing borders. They say, open your bags. Obviously, we listen, but they want us to take all of our stuff out of our bags. It is a little bit embarrassing and kind of a pain in the ass. All right, now finally they've let us go, but they're still making some jokes with Dilara about her stuff.
Good luck, it's very close.
Great, we're finally on board and we're in the clear, right? No, I was filming getting on and immediately there are even more policemen. Basically, they stamped us out of Kazakhstan. They checked our passports and just made sure that everything was good. But this also gave me a look at the train that we were boarding. Please tell me why this kind of looks like I'm going to a jail. I know that's a terrible thing to say, but this is a very cramped train and I guess I just didn't expect it. Luckily, there was someone to help us throw our bags to this top area right here because it was so tall. And now I'm attempting to climb up. But I'm excited for this train. I always love a new experience. And you know that I do love the top bunk. My only concern is that it is pretty hot in here and I know that there's no air conditioning. And of course, I'm dumb and I didn't take off my backpack, so watch me as I get stuck right here with my tripod. I'm also not sure how they expect people to actually make their bed if they're not tall enough to stand on the ground and make it. Because look, I can't even sit up fully when I'm in the bunk. It's a little bit crazy and definitely an old train, but we're gonna have to make it work. Just happy that there's no screaming kids running around the train this time. All right, so we're on the top bunk and this is our look down. Well, crouching down, I guess you could say. Just trying to get our sheets in order and make our beds like we did the last time. I guess Dilara is actually tall enough to do that, but I'm definitely not. As a reminder, it is like 3:30 in the morning right now. So everyone is tired. They're a little bit cranky that they have to be up right now, I think too. Okay, Dilara is almost finished and then it is my turn to make my bed. Let's see if I can do this. That she's finished her bed, she is climbing back up in a very interesting method. But because this top is so low, there really is no other option than to kind of maneuver yourself in there into like the coffin state. That is the only other thing that I think I can compare this to. But this is a 12-hour train and it was about $22, so that's pretty good. But all right, we got our passports back. We are officially stamped out of Kazakhstan. As the hours tick by, the heat gets worse. So we're on this train right now. It's going to be like 11 hours on here, going from Beynu to Nukus. And Nukus is in Uzbekistan, so we're going into country 131. It is a little bit hot, and we're going to be going there through the whole day, so I hope it's not going to be terrible, because I don't think there's air conditioning on this train. Ha 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 ha. This train has 6 berths per little area. Not as good as the last train, even though we thought the last train was the train from hell because the kids were screaming the entire time. Let's see how this one goes. We currently still have Wi-Fi from our Kazakhstan SIM card that we got from Airlo. This is not an ad, but I get $3 and you get $3 if you use this code. So check it out. All right, I am going to attempt to sleep really quick because I'm hot and a little bit bored, so I'm going to watch Dairy Girls now on my iPad and put on my eye mask. This is the route that we have already gone for about 6 hours, and this is the route that we are taking right now for about 11 or 12. So now we're going through passport control, and we basically just have to like sit down here and wait. So I specifically asked, and they said we cannot go up to our bunk. So I'm literally just sitting in this lady's bunk, and she does not seem super happy about it, but sorry lady, there's nothing I can do. Oh, and just a little time update. I've been sitting here for about an hour, I would say, just kind of waiting to cross the border. Just in the bunk now. Not really sure what's going on, but there are a lot of people on board, so they have to check everybody's passports. We're going on hour 2 of just sitting on the train at the border. Not really sure what's going on, but no end in sight at this point, but it's definitely getting hotter. It's probably like 80-something degrees now. I'm making this go by quick for you guys, but finally, after 2.5 hours, we are stamped into Uzbekistan, and I think the train journey should be able to continue soon. Hours have gone by, we're moving, and we finally got some cash. Now, there is this guy who is located under me, and he's getting all of the attention. Apparently, he's an artist. He was saying, I'm an artist, which I assume means that he's like kind of famous, because there are literally so many people that keep sitting down on these bunks below, and we are not getting any attention to be able to buy anything. It doesn't even seem like he's buying anything, so I don't really get it. This is me telling Dilara, please get some attention. We need to eat something. We gotta get something. Finally, this teyze comes by and is giving our lovely artist friend some food. But we get her attention and we are able to buy some of this very stale bread. But it's definitely better than nothing because we haven't eaten at all. I honestly can't get over the way that we are eating this, how we're just hunched over and attempting to eat this bread. Nothing is more comical than this right now. Okay, right now in the moment, it's not that comical, but now that I'm making this video, it is comical. And I hope that you can also laugh at us a little bit and our misery. So we're traveling east into Uzbekistan and we're basically along the Turkmenistan border. It's really interesting to think about how different this side of the border is to Turkmenistan. I definitely hope to visit Turkmenistan one day. Okay, I told you that this is not an AC train, so it is hot, extremely hot. And the reason that it's even more hot is because we keep stopping at all of these stops, which means less air. But for me, I don't even have air at all. This kid next to me has a lot of air, and Dilara has a little bit of air. But you can see she's also getting pretty restless. I actually did see some videos about this train, and I think I read some articles too saying that this is a tough train. I think if we were on the bottom, it would have been a lot better. But just take this as a warning if you plan to take this train. Maybe don't do it in the summer or the dead of winter. We are super, super hot until we realized that they were selling cold bottles of water, and then that really changed the game for us. Just having some type of coldness on our body really made a huge difference in lowering the body temperature. Another group of people stopping in to say hello to the artist. Everybody really wants to say hi to this guy. Meanwhile, dying over here until the ice cream savior came. Sure, he had those commercialized ones, but I saw this one that was wrapped in newspaper and I knew I had to have it. And I was so right. This literally saved my life, and this guy was so funny and so cute.
Uzbekçe ne? Marajna.
Mayda.
Mayda? Mayda.
Ha, bu mu?
Aha.
Muz kaymak.
Buz kaymak.
Uzbekçe. По-русски мороженое.
I love how they're having this huge conversation about what ice cream is in different languages, and I'm just literally eating the shit out of this ice cream.
Türkçe dondurma. Amerikanski?
Ice cream.
Ice cream. Правильно?
Sağ ol, sağ ol.
Саламат. Мороженое.
This was definitely the highlight of this trip, eating this ice cream. It was so good, but Dilara is lactose intolerant, so she couldn't have it. Sorry, girl. No, I don't know what changed from the ice cream in the next few hours, but I was not in a good place. And then suddenly the peak of the hotness of the day came and the train stopped.
We're here for an hour. It's time to get the fuck off this bus.
Can you see our desperation? And honestly, it was just chaos out here. So many people. It was incredibly hot.
We're just trying to find the bathroom. This is so crazy. Wandering aimlessly. Okay, the heat's finally getting to me.
And this is when I passed out. Luckily, I kind of fell to the floor and dropped my phone, but I was okay and Dilara was able to get to me. But we still had yet to find the bathroom, and honestly, I can't even believe I was filming at this point. It was at this point that a light bulb went off in our heads.
We found a taxi driver here at this stop. So instead of another 3 hours in this painful situation, we're gonna pay $8 each to get to Nukus in a taxi for only an hour drive.
When I tell you, I have never revived that quickly, and actually I've never even fainted before in my life. And I do not know where I got the strength, but I climbed up there, I grabbed our suitcases, and I basically threw them down. I was so ready to get off of this train. But apparently this is a common thing to do because you are very close and the train itself is very long from this point.
Lord and Savior. Ooh. Correction, it's an hour and 40 minutes. but that's okay.
Someone please tell me why I keep sticking out my tongue like this. I don't know, but I was just happy to get out of there, and this guy was barreling down the street.
Woo! It's our car. Woo.
I'll sit in the front now.
That full level of joy did not last for long because instead of local music, he was blasting EDM. All right, this is our route. So we're going to take about an hour and 40 minutes of this very intense music. I'm saying here that it's a different kind of hell, but it's okay. He also keeps asking us if we would like to drink and if we want to party. And we're like, no, please just get us to Nukus so we can get some food in our stomachs, sir. But we have arrived.
So we made it to Uzbekistan, but we are in an autonomous region and there is a Turkish restaurant. It's the most highly rated restaurant. So we came here to get some caffeine and a good meal. Oh. Cheers!
Cheers. Well deserved Turkish coffee.
Okay, so those were our faces pre-food, and now please look at how we are after food.
This is what you get after coffee, food, and air conditioning. Wow, look who's alive.
Please don't ask me what that dance is. I'm just happy to be in Kazakhstan, which is an autonomous region of Uzbekistan. See you in the next video.